Hey champion guitar players, I'm Tom Hess, and today I show you 3 super cool rock guitar licks. Now once you learn these, you're going to want to use them all the time. You can play these over virtually any rock, metal, or blues track. And there's an added benefit to these specific rock licks. As you learn to play them, they'll help you build your overall guitar speed a little bit more too. So if you're tired of playing the same old things over and over and over again, let's learn these killer rock licks right now. So grab your guitar and let's go. All right, let's check out our first very cool rock guitar lick. Sounds like this. So this is a double open string rock guitar lick. So we're using open strings, 2 of them, not at the same time, but one after the other. So it goes like this. You start with your first finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. Then you do a little pull off. Then with your 3rd finger, you go to the 4th string, 5th fret. Pull off to the open D string. You do that again. Then, on the 3rd string, that's the whole first line. And then the second line is... And that whole thing just repeats as long as you want. Now, what's important here is really the right hand. You don't want the pick to stop. You want to keep it in motion all the time. So you'll see that we pick the first note with a downstroke. Then we've got a pull-off. Now, while the pull-off is happening, it might appear that the picking hand has nothing to do. It just has to sit there and wait for its turn to play the next note, note number 3, which would be the 5th fret on the D string. But really, we don't want this hand to stop. So once we hit the first note with a downstroke, okay, so the pick is going down, right? And now you're doing a pull-off. You want this hand already moving over the 2nd string without touching it while the pull-off is happening, getting in position to play the 3rd note, okay, the 5th fret of the D string. So we want... So in other words, we're picking, then we're jumping over the string, then we're going to hit the 4th string with an upstroke. We're going to jump over that string while that pull-off is happening on note number 4, and then the pick is going to come back to the 3rd string. So the picking hand, the pick itself is like doing a figure 8 pattern. It's not doing this. It's not going down and then stop and then get in position and then do up for note number 3 and then stop and wait. We don't want this hand to stop and wait. So I want you to imagine like a tight little figure 8 pattern. So this hand is going to continue to move in this pattern even though it's only picking every other note while the pull-offs occur. The hand is simply not, the pick isn't picking anything, but the hand is still moving. And when you practice it that way, that'll make this lick a lot easier to play. It will help synchronize the 2 hands, and you'll be able to play it with some pretty good speed without a lot of effort at all. All right, let's check out the next lick. So this one comes from box number 5 of the minor pentatonic scale, okay, box 5. So if we're in, let's say, G minor, the 5th box would be this one. And that's where we're going to be starting. We're adding the blues note here. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Now, it's important here that that vibrato on the last note sounds really intentional. Now, your vibrato doesn't need to sound like mine. If you don't like that sound, you can do your own. But whatever you do, whatever sort of vibrato you do on the final note, it's really important that when you do it, it sounds like you mean it. And it doesn't sound like just an afterthought, oh, I guess I should do vibrato now. So play it like you mean it. Before we go any further, you should check out another video I have on YouTube called 7 Pentatonic Licks Everybody Should Know. Go check that out at any time. There's a lot of good stuff there that will complement this video very nicely. All right, now let's move on to the next lick. Now the hardest part about this one, I'll demonstrate it in just a moment, is doing the ritardando at the end. That simply means slowing down for the scale run at the end. So here's the lick. Now you might wonder, well, what's so hard about slowing down? Slowing down should be easier, right? Yeah, it is, but you don't want the slow down to be kind of random. You want it to sound cool and very intentional. So when you get to the last note, it lands in a good spot rhythmically, okay? It's not just landing wherever. So if you play the lick over a song or over a backing track or whatever, you want that final note to come in either on the beat or if it's off the beat, you just want it to be intentional and sound good. Okay, so it kind of fits the tempo with the song that you're playing. Now the only other little tricky part here is this. I'm playing here, or I'll play it again slow for you. So I'm now playing note number 6 and 7. They're both at 15th fret on 2 different strings with the same finger. So I'm doing what's called a finger roll. Okay, so I'm playing this note. I'm on note number 6 right now. I'm playing with my finger arched normally, this finger here. Okay, and then when I go to the high E string, I don't move my finger over. I just flatten it out by pulling my hand back. Okay, so I'm pulling my hand back like this. Okay, ignore the finger, watch this. Okay, watch. Here's the normal note played on string 2. Okay, now I'm going to take my hand, I'm just going to rock it back like this. You can actually see the whole arm is coming back. Let me show it this way. Okay, that's how I'm getting from string 2 to string 1 without moving my finger. Okay, the finger is just going to roll this way. As the hand comes down, string 1 is played with this part of the finger. String 2 is played with that part of the finger. String 1 is played with this part of the finger, and I don't move my hand. I just rock it down and then rock it back up to get back to the second string. Now, ideally, you probably want to have those 2 notes separated and not played together. If you like that sound, you can play them together. But probably, most people I think would prefer to have the notes separated. So we just kind of rock the hand back a little bit, do the finger roll, and that will get you the separation that you're looking for. All right, so today we've been talking a lot about some cool rock licks. Now, if you want to be able to build more guitar speed with your fretting hand, you'll love my new free e-guide called Mastering Fretting Hand Finger Independence for Guitar Players. It's totally free, no strings attached. I think you're going to love this. So click on the link below to download your copy and develop the independence and the speed and the dexterity in your fretting hand so you can play more licks with greater ease, greater speed, and less effort.